everybody. Welcome in. It's from the Bleachers here on the Fan Sports Network. Caden Floormaster, Mark Musgrave.
The voice, just getting my microphone in position.
I know, I was just thinking, I'm like...
Nobody would have known other than me calling myself out
and
or our YouTube.
And our YouTube viewers.
Yep.
And our YouTube viewers.
Hey, and I'm putting this on you now because you don't even know that what I'm gonna say here.
I have no idea what you're going to say.
Today is National Chocolate Milk Day. Okay?
I love it.
So, in the third segment of this show, the last segment of this show, I am going... You're going to want to be on YouTube for this. Okay? You're going to want to see this.
Dude, I don't even know what you're talking about. This is amazing.
I don't know how amazing it's going to be. I don't know if I got too little or too much. I got a quart of chocolate milk. Okay?
That is too much chocolate milk.
And I'm gonna guzzle it on air. In one guzzle, no breaths. I'm gonna guzzle it to see if I can do it. That's the only reason why. I just want to see if I can do it.
Just to see if you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably get a text from Macy here in just maybe a minute or two. Like, what are you going to do?
Did you go put it in the fridge? Is that why it's not here?
I did.
Yeah, we don't want that sitting out. You're gonna get a little tummy ache.
So
don't want that happening.
We'll see what happens.
Oh, man.
But yeah, you're going to want to see that on YouTube, though. That's not going to be good radio, maybe, but you're definitely going to want to watch it on YouTube.
Well, I will be giving the play-by-play commentary while Mark chugs chocolate milk.
So if you can't watch it on YouTube, yes, Caden will be our play-by-play guy, giving all the details of me chugging down some chocolate milk, a quart of chocolate milk. Now, if I can do this won't be today, obviously, but if I can do this, the next step, a half a gallon.
Macy on YouTube just said, I'm a lucky gal.
And then the next step.
That's hilarious.
See if I can guzzle a gallon. Now, this is not for today. This is not for today. Just way in the future. But yes, I like to challenge myself with eating things. You know that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and we were talking earlier today, the Twinkie Challenge.
Yeah, I still want to do that at some point. Now, it's going to have to be like a Monday after we do a big hike or something like that so I can burn those calories.
Yeah.
Or maybe a Friday when I have a hike planned the next day as well. That would be okay.
If you say so.
Because I want to keep my girlish figure. I've lost a lot of weight.
You've done a very good job.
And I want to keep it off, but I also want to have fun on the show here. And I think this is a kind of a way to do it.
I agree.
But
I agree. I think it'd be a good idea.
We'll see what happens. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Later in the show, I'm going to do my best. I don't even know how. I haven't attempted this, so I don't know how difficult this is going to be or not difficult.
When was the last time you drank chocolate milk?
I had a swig today.
Just a swig?
And when I say a swig, I mean taking the gallon jug out of our fridge at home and drinking out of the jug.
You're one of those people.
Well, it's my house.
Your house, your milk.
That's right.
Might as well.
And the boys don't know.
Well,
if they do know, they don't care. They don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just dad.
Yeah. I don't do that.
Really?
No, I'm not.
You get a glass. And
I always, except for orange juice. Orange juice is the one thing I'll drink.
You'll take a swig.
I'll drink it right out of the container.
Yeah. So if you do come over to the Musgrave household and I offer you chocolate milk, probably say no.
Yeah.
Because I have more chances than not. I have drinking out of that jug.
Have drunk?
Oh, boy.
I will remind myself if I'm ever in the Musgrave household, do not drink the milk.
Why am I sweaty now?
Are you nervous?
I don't know, but I just got a hot flash.
Oh, you are at that age.
Yeah, I am. Hey, I am so stoked. The Dodgers trade deadline, they picked up a couple of pitchers, one starter, one reliever, Joe Kelly coming back to the Dodgers.
Yep.
Also, they acquired Lance Lynn. Now, Lance, if you look at his numbers right now, they're not great. He's 36 years old. He has a 6.28 ERA, leads baseball in earned runs with 78, home runs 28. But the nice thing about Lance Lynn, though, is he is that veteran. He has brought back his curveball. His pitching has been better lately, so we'll see what happens. But, hey, that's what the Dodgers needed. They needed some arms. They went out. They got a couple. Now, what are the White Sox getting, you ask? Maybe you're not asking. But they will get, let's see, where did it go? They will get Trace Thompson.
Okay.
And AA right-handers Nick Nastrini and Jordan Leisure. So, Trace Thompson, I do like him in little stretches. He can be good. Defensively, he's better than average in the outfield. But he just hasn't able to break into the starting lineup, stay up at the Dodgers, always getting shipped back down to AAA, back up to the big league, down to AAA. He just hasn't been able to stay because he can't hit consistently. So I'm a little sad to see him go just because I am a fan of Trace Thompson, but in little doses. We'll see what happens. But, hey, good luck to them. Maybe they can find a place in Chicago playing for the White Sox and hopefully it works out for them as well. But, yeah, Lance Lynn and Joe Kelly coming to the Dodgers.
Happy about it?
Yo, absolutely.
I like it.
I love arms, man. You got to have arms.
Yeah. Well, there's still time for the trade market to continue to make some moves. There are some bigger names on the market, but as having high chances of these names getting traded, yeah, some of them do, some of them don't. For example, Juan Soto.
Mm-hmm.
He's technically on the trade market. Padres are hearing, they're willing to hear people out and other teams out to see what they would like to do, but really he's probably not going to be traded. Nolan Arenado's another one of those, probably not going anywhere, but they would listen to offers. Someone that could go somewhere, though, is Cody Bellinger.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good chance that he could be moving somewhere, and a lot of that's just because the Cubs are sellers and other teams need to be buyers.
I expect Belly to be wearing a different jersey other than a Cubs jersey on August 2nd. I do think that he is going to be shipped out. He's been hitting the ball pretty darn good for the Cubbies, and like you said, they are sellers right now. Belly's a big bat. It seems like he's kind of figured some things out. The last year and a half, 2 years with the Dodgers he wasn't great, and that's why the Dodgers had to let him go. He just wasn't great. He was a horrible two-strike hitter. Horrible. He seems to have fixed a few of those things in Chicago. I think he's a great bat to add to a lineup. Oh, let me rephrase that. He's a good bat to add to a lineup.
He's been better this year.
He has been better, no question. So that's why I say he'd be a good bat. But even more importantly, he is a great center fielder.
Yes.
Defensively, he is a great center fielder that you can depend on, count on. So I expect Belly to be wearing some sort of a different jersey other than a Cubbies come August 2nd.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens there. I like the chances of him moving on. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And we're kind of getting to that point where we're closing out the long dog days of summer, right? And the MLB with the trade line, it really is then the hunt for the playoffs.
Now, if the Angels are serious about making
and they are
commitment,
they
need to go get Justin Verlander.
I don't think he's on the move, but he would be a great asset to have.
He is. I would imagine that the Mets would listen to offers for Justin Verlander. I really do. The Mets are. They're not contending.
No, not this year.
So he is an older guy. He's 42 years old. Why do you want to keep a 42-year-old if you're the Mets? Why do you want to keep... Now, he's still productive. Don't get me wrong. But why do you want to keep a 42-year-old when you're not even contending? Next year, yeah, he'll be just a year older. He'll be 43, and I think he's on a 2-year contract. That would be the second year of his contract, I believe.
Yeah.
I think the Mets have to listen to offers for Verlander for sure. So keep an eye on that. And like I said, if anything, that lets Shohei Ohtani know that, okay, maybe these guys are committed to winning, making the postseason this year and winning, taking that step that Shohei Ohtani needs to see if he wants to remain, if the Angels want him to remain in Anaheim, because that's what Shohei wants to do. He wants to go to a team that's committed to winning. The Angels have not been that team for a while. So if they want to change their mindset and keep Shohei, they have to show commitment to winning. And you know what? It might even come to the fact to make moves just to make moves. You know, when you're a good team, sometimes the best move is the move that you didn't make. Okay?
Yeah.
But when you're a team that needs to show Shohei, you know what? Sometimes you need to make moves just to make moves, to show your commitment to this guy. Even if it's the wrong move, make moves, show your commitment.
Yeah. Yeah. What are the chances if the Angels, let's say the Angels make the playoffs and maybe even make a little bit of a run? Maybe they get through the wild card round, and we'll just say they get through the first round. Let's say they get through the first round into the second round of the playoffs. What is the percentage chance that Shohei sticks around?
You know what? It might go up a little bit. I still think he's
like a 30%.
I still think that he wants to test free. He's certainly going to become a free agent. He wants to test the market.
Well, there's
no doubt about that. And I just think that there's teams out there that have a track record of their commitment to winning, like the Dodgers, like the Yankees. They have that commitment. They have players in place already to do that. He wouldn't be the guy that's elevating them to a championship. He's just going to be contributing to a already championship team or close to a championship team. We'll see what happens. But I think he wants to win.
I think so.
And I think that it would take those percentages up. I don't even know if it goes to 30%. I would say probably 80-20.
Okay.
Because right now I'm thinking 90-10. 95-5.
I mean, I'm at 90-10. I'm at 90-10 personally.
So it would raise those percentages a little bit if they can win a little bit, get into the postseason. It will help. It will help.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Well, that's what's going on in the world of baseball. Any other big moves? Any other people on the trade market that you feel can potentially be moving somewhere?
Yeah, like you said, you mentioned Cody Bellinger. I think he's.
Yeah. I think he could go to Texas still. I do think that's in the cards.
Paul DeJong, shortstop for the Cardinals, is probably going to be heading out. Josh Hader of the Padres, also Blake Snell of the Padres could be on his way out. There's a lot of good arms still out there, and that's what
I see. Jack Flaherty as well is one of those.
If you can add a bat and an everyday player, great. But what most of these teams that are already contending are looking for, they're looking for arms.
Yeah. Well, and that's what it comes down to. Pitching depth matters so much for championship teams.
Absolutely. When you're in a 7-game series and you're going to Game 7, you got to have somebody you can throw out there either in Game 6 or Game 7 that you can depend on.
Yeah.
You don't want to throw out you don't want to put your number one starter out there on 3 or 4 days rest. You want to be able to have the same routine, but also put out guys that you can trust.
Yes.
And so you want to pick up arms, and then having a bullpen, a strong bullpen will certainly advance you in the postseason. No question about it.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I think there are a few teams that are really just a few good pitchers away from being right there in the mix as far as being top teams. We've talked about a few of them. There are some teams that are already pretty high up, like Texas, for example, that they could take another big jump if they go out for a guy like Cody Bellinger. They maybe should be some buyers right now. So some of those things, I think, usually when it comes to trade deadlines, it's the 24 hours before the deadline hits is when the big deals really start to happen. A lot of times they want to
yeah.
wait. They want to play the market as long as they possibly can, and then these big ones will start to hit.
Yeah.
So I don't expect any big moves for a little while. Yeah, there have already been some decent moves. If there's any really big blockbuster moves, it's not going to be for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be for a little.
Well, and going back to your Shohei conversation, here's a few trades. I just found this on CBS Sports. So 5 guys that the Angels could pick up to help Shohei, okay, and show commitment to winning. Number 1 is Jeimer Candelario. He's third base for the Nationals, okay? His OPS is over 800 the past 2 weeks. That's certainly all-star status. So there's one. C.J. Cron, first baseman for the Rockies, is also out there.
Oh, that would destroy the Rockies. They're already not good. Get rid of your best player.
For sure.
Yikes.
Andy Ibanez, Tigers middle infielder. Dominic Leone, right-handed pitchers for the Mets. And Kenyon Middleton, right-handed pitcher for the White Sox. So those are guys that the Angels could show Shohei, hey, we're making a commitment where we want to make a big move. You know, let's go all in on a few of these players, if not all 5. I don't know if that'll happen, but
yeah.
Let's see how many the Angels get of these 5 players, and they need to show commitment to winning. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I think that's a big part of keeping your stars happy, is show them or put them into an environment where they can win, or at least try to, at least attempt to. You at least have to get the right pieces in place, and if you're not winning, do something about it.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they're gone. There's a reason why, and granted, I shouldn't get into this too much, but there's a reason why winning teams are always winning teams. It's because they keep their really good players happy because they're winning games. You know, and if you're winning games, you're making money. If you're making money, those guys are getting paid. It's a full circle. And what's tough about that is you have teams like Colorado, you have teams like the A's, where you're in this endless cycle of right as guys start to get good, they go somewhere else. And you never win championships. You're not winning. You're not out there winning World Series. You're not even winning playoff games. You might not even be making the playoffs because all your really good players end up going somewhere where they are winning teams and they are making money and they can't afford to pay them. And MLB is it's a league full of those vicious cycles where the rich get richer and the poor just kind of stay poor.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I mean, because if you look at take the Dodgers up the street from the Angels, where, you know, they have a few of the best players in the MLB. They got Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith is an all-star. You know, they've got several players, but yet their farm system is still one of the strongest in MLB as well. So to me, that's Dodgers management, scouting, farm system. You know, Yankees are very similar in that as well. They're a little bit lighter than the Dodgers, but when it comes to the farm system, but that's just good management to me. You know, you're like you said, you keep your great players happy. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith. Trying to think of who else I could throw into that category. Maybe Max Muncy, but they keep those guys happy.
They did it for a long time with Kershaw.
Yeah,
let's just
Kershaw is definitely one of them. Still,
he's an example.
They keep them happy. They take care of them, but yet they make smart moves as well.
Yeah,
and it keeps them able to hold on to their prospects in their farm system, bring them up when needed, and that's what makes a successful team.
Yeah,
not making just stupid, dumb moves. But like I said, the Angels are in a little bit different boat. They need to make moves, and a few of them might be dumb and stupid, but they need to show commitment. That's what they need to show.
I agree. Let's take a break. Coming up next, we got some football stuff to talk about. So stick around with us here on From the Bleachers. More coming up next. Hey, it's Caden Formaster.
And Mark Musgrave, the voice you know with the Fan Sports Network.
Check out our local sports radio show From the Bleachers live every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m.
Listen to us on the radio on 99.5 or 95.3 FM.
You can also listen through the Fan Sports Network app or watch the show live on the Fan Sports Network YouTube page.
The Fan Sports Network is your home of Utah Tech Trailblazers, high school sports, and the pros.
The Fan Sports Network, Southern Utah's home for local sports.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Media is everywhere. It's a part of our daily life, our routine, not just for entertainment, but to stay informed. Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, we believe in delivering free, fast, and accurate local news, entertainment, and information to all of Southern Utah through our entertaining on-air personalities and music, compelling local shows, and community events like the City of St. George 4th of July celebration and charitable events like Coney Corns for Kids. From our entire team of dedicated designers, videographers, salespeople, digital marketers, writers, and on-air talent, thank you for letting us be a part of your daily life. Canyon Media, here for you.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Welcome back in, everybody. It's From the Bleachers here on the Fan Sports Network, broadcasting out of the Findlay Hyundai studio. It's Caden Formaster and Mark Musgrave.
The voice you know.
So, Mark, before we get started, I want to remind our listeners of two things. Number one, coming up in the next segment, you're chugging chocolate milk.
I am. It's National Chocolate Milk Day. I thought it was quite fitting. Again, I have not tested this out. I don't know if I can do it. I just don't know. But we're going to give it a shot. I'm going to chug a quart of chocolate milk, all in one, you know, swig.
One big old gulp.
Yeah.
Okay,
more than gulp, but I'm not going to take any breaths.
No breaths.
Once I do that, I'm done. It's done.
All right. And we'll see how it goes. If you guys want to watch it, head on over to the Fan Sports Network YouTube. We are broadcasting the show live, so you can watch that coming up. We'll give you another reminder, too, as we get closer to, and we'll give you some time to get logged in and loaded up on YouTube, but you can go and watch us over there. The other thing to talk about is we're teaming up with Findlay Subaru again this year to remind you to help them fill the bus for students in Washington County. Now, we're going to be broadcasting live actually on Saturday, August 5th. We are going to be at the Bloomington Walmart from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock on August 5th to help them fill the bus. Now, that gives you an opportunity to hop into Walmart, help grab some of the stuff that we're looking for, and again, just be a part of this event. And all of these proceeds obviously going towards students in need. So what they're looking for the donations are school supplies, clothes, even food, anything like that. The only thing we ask for is that it just be new items, nothing used. So something that these kids can have to get back to school because they otherwise go without. So if you have any questions on that, you can go on over to our website, thefansportsnetwork.com, and we got some information over there for you.
Hey, what do we have to give away? Do we have anything to give away?
Yeah. What are you looking for?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think DJ wants to get involved in this chocolate milk challenge. Okay? So here's what we can do.
All right.
Is because you're going to record this, aren't you? Going to record this video?
I'm recording our show.
So we can take that little clip of me drinking. We can kind of put it on our social media.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. DJ, if you're listening, I don't know
Or
you
watching.
are. Yeah, or watching.
Yeah.
You do this, and what can we give to DJ? Just for participating, just for doing it.
I've got a few different things. I got some Fabulous Freddy's car washes.
Oh, those are always good.
We can do Fabulous Freddy car wash.
Let's do that.
Okay.
So, DJ, I hope that's good enough for you. If you film yourself doing it as well, whether you make it or not, you don't even have to complete the whole quart or anything like that. You give it a good effort. Good job. Good effort. Then we will give you some Fabulous Freddy car washes.
There you go.
Okay. And you have to post it on our Fan Sports Network social media, though. Should we say Instagram?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Instagram
or Facebook.
Send it to us over there. Yeah.
Okay. DJ,
Yeah.
I hope you're in. Hope you're still watching. He's an avid
DJ's an
viewer.
avid fan of the show.
He is.
I love it. Yeah, he's always over there on YouTube when we're streaming live. He's always watching.
And the reason why we're going to give him some free stuff is because he has been
he's active in the comments.
He's comments.
He's always there. He's
so
always
again,
there.
if you guys want to be active in our YouTube comments and be interactive, we will give stuff away to you as well.
I like it. That's always a good plan. Always a good plan. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm curious to see how you do with that. So
me too. I'm really kind of curious too.
I think it'd be fun. It's going to be fun. All right, Mark.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the news that came out in the last, 24 hours or so ago.
Yeah.
The news that Colorado is bouncing from the Pac-12, heading over to the Big 12. Now that leaves only 9 schools left in the Pac-12.
Can I give some advice to all these conferences?
I would love to hear it.
Quit putting the number of teams in your conference in your name. Just call yourself the Pac.
Like the
SEC does. ACC does the same thing. Big 12,
Even the Mountain
Pac-12.
West.
Stop.
The Mountain West is good.
Stop putting the number of teams in the name of your conference. And then you don't have to worry about all this rebranding. They wouldn't have to worry about rebranding and new logos and all of this stuff. I'm looking at the Pac-12 logo right now, and they have to go out and get 3 teams to keep that logo.
Do you know what's funny about that? Is the Big 12 currently has 14 teams. 2 of them are leaving, right? So they're like, hey, 2 are leaving. It's fine. It'll still be 12. Just kidding. It's going to be 13 now.
It's so stop it.
Because Colorado's coming in. Well, and then you look at the Big 10.
Again, with the number. Yeah, I know.
The Big 10 isn't necessarily. Let me see. How many teams are in the Big 10 conference right now? There are a lot. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So they're really the Big 14. That does not sound right.
Yeah.
Big 14.
Big 14.
Stop.
Plus,
just stop it.
Wait, but they're also adding USC and UCLA. So really,
the Big 16?
It's 16.
Oh my gosh, dude. That is. Am I the only one that thinks that's funny?
No, I've been thinking it for a long time.
I think that's funny. Big 16.
Yeah, just call them the Pac.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
With the Big 10 and Big 12, you got to do something.
Oh.
Because you can't just call a Big 1 and Big 2.
Here
I don't know.
Because my thoughts, my old school thoughts, just aren't going to happen. I mean, I don't like conferences to be spread out all over the nation like they are getting to be.
I like conferences to be.
I like it to be regional. That ship has sailed.
More or less.
Seriously,
yes.
It has.
I mean, especially with the Big 12, you have from Utah, because BYU's the furthest west.
Yep.
Utah to Florida to West Virginia.
That's not regional at all.
That covers 70% of the United States.
Absolutely. So my old school thoughts on football conferences, that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to miss that. I really am. I just think the rivalries are better when it's like that, when it's regional like that. It just kills me that USC and UCLA are not going to be in the Pac, whatever.
Yeah.
Pac-12, Pac-10.
Who would you add to it? Because I've been thinking about this. There were some rumors about San Diego State for a while. And remember, the Mountain West was like, we heard you're leaving, so I guess you're gone. See ya. And they're like, no, we weren't leaving. Bring us back. And so San Diego State isn't actually going to the Pac-12. But they would be a good addition. I do think they would be a good addition.
And it would certainly help them out recruiting-wise as well when you go to one of the Power 5 conferences.
Especially for Southern California,
having
one more school like that. I think Fresno would be all right, and I think Boise State would be good.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, Utah State would probably be the next, potentially.
Okay.
You could maybe take a look at Colorado State, but I wouldn't go there yet. I would want Boise and San Diego State. If I wanted to pick up two more, if you want to make it 12, Fresno or Utah State.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those are all logical choices, but that's the thing about college football now. They don't go off of logic.
Yeah, true.
They don't go off of logic anymore. So it wouldn't surprise me if they go over to Texas and get, I'm just going to throw some Texas. Or, it just doesn't make any sense anymore. There's no logic to it. There's no regional, there's just no region to it. So who knows what they go get. Now, those make sense. Yeah. Those make sense. But as we're learning about the new conferences in NCAA football, it doesn't have to make sense anymore. It just has to make money. That's all they're concerned about. It's the only reason why teams leave conferences. It's the only reason why they join conferences. So it's all a money-making machine.
It really is.
So it's just one of those things. It just, I just had that thought as we were starting this segment. It's like, why are the conferences still putting the numbers on the names of their conferences? It's just so stupid. So everybody dogs on the SEC and the ACC, especially the SEC when it comes to football. But you know what? They figured that out a long time ago. We're not going to put the SEC 16 on it or 14. They're just the SEC. And that way you don't have to, because I'll tell you what, it's not cheap to, as we know, on a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
But it's not cheap to rebrand a station or a conference or really anything, a business. We had to rebrand our station here to the Fan Sports Network. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of time and effort that went into that. Well, and this is a scaled. This is just a small scaled down
Southern Utah thing.
Yeah.
Well, and even with granted, it's not a full rebrand. The WAC is still the WAC, but for football, they're in now a united athletic conference, right? And so all of the funding and stuff that has to go into that to have one unified conference.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, because here's the thing. Once you have a conference and you have to figure these things out, the amount of employees you have to have for conferences in athletics, there's a lot of employees, and they are expecting to be paid a lot of money as well. Not to mention the money that has to go into the things that also just keep it running, not just to pay your employees, but also to run the conference. There's a lot of money in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So continually trying to rebrand because schools just want to jump ship when they're not happy, it just doesn't make tons of sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens where the next school is that ends up on some list somewhere else in the country, but the latest one being Colorado. And I think that maybe they're just trying to beat the storm of the Pac-12 dissolving. I don't know.
Because, you don't have the NFL conferences or divisions. They don't put the numbers behind them. The AFC West 4.
Yeah. But here's the thing. The NFL, every NFL team has one higher source of it just being the entire NFL.
Yeah.
Colleges don't have that. They have their conferences. The conferences are the higher up. But here's the thing. They can easily say, we want to go to a different conference. It's not like there's a second NFL that a team could say, hey, we don't want to be in the NFL anymore. We want to go be in the XFL. Yeah. They're not doing that.
Or, I mean, seriously, though, what if the Cincinnati Bengals wanted to leave the AFC North?
Yeah.
AFC North, and, we would like to compete now in the NFC West. I mean, that's what college does. There's no regions really anymore.
Yeah, in a way. Which, by the way, can I tell you one thing about NFL regions and conferences? Why are the Cowboys in the East?
That's been a question I've been asking for a long time.
And also, by the way, the Cowboys are further west than the Kansas City Chiefs, who are in the West.
Yeah.
And they're in the East.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
No, there's a couple of examples right there that it is a little out of whack. And I also remember
put them in the South and put Atlanta in the East.
I also remember baseball wise. Now this is back when, this is back in the 80s and into the 90s where they just had the NL West and the NL East, and they were just playing for the pennant. I mean, they didn't have divisions, they didn't have wild cards. And Atlanta was part of the NL West. Atlanta.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird. Long time. That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah,
but still, by the way, just because it was a long time ago doesn't mean Atlanta is even any close to the West.
And I do understand why Kansas City is in the West, and it really is just because they are kind of further west than any other teams are. But I don't understand why the Cowboys are in the East. That one makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. No, it really doesn't.
No. I mean, and the problem is you have too many rivalries. You can't just pull them out now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Hey, so yesterday and the day before, we've been going over, speaking of the conferences and the divisions and all that kind of stuff, receivers and quarterbacks. Which divisions have the best? Where do they rank? Today, let's go through running backs. We'll go through it kind of quickly, too. We don't need to linger too long on these. But we do have the running backs to go over. And what's interesting about this, I'm just going to dive right on into it. The division that's in last place is the division that's been in first place in everything else. The AFC East is in last place in running backs. Ramondre Stevenson with the Patriots, Breece Hall with the Jets, James Cook with the Bills, and Raheem Mostert with the Dolphins. Those are their running backs. And I got to tell you, outside of Breece Hall, who kind of came out of a shell last year, I understand why they're at the bottom.
Yeah, and Raheem Mostert, he had a pretty good season last year as well. But you're exactly right. This is a kind of a who's who of who's not.
Yeah.
So this is a conference that is focused on quarterbacks and wide receivers, because that is the new NFL. And you're exactly right. They were number one in both of those, and they're last in running backs.
Yep. It's crazy. Number 7 is the NFC North. Aaron Jones, who's pretty solid. Khalil Herbert with the Bears. Alexander Mattison with the Vikings. And David Montgomery with the Lions.
My thoughts on this is Aaron Jones, I don't know if I would pick him up fantasy-wise, and here's why.
At least not first.
Yeah, they are going to... I would assume teams are going to stack the box, 8 in the box. They're going to make Jordan Love beat them with his arm. They're not going to let Aaron Jones run crazy. I think they're going to try to just get up near the line of scrimmage. They're going to stuff the run, see what Jordan Love can do. And hey, maybe Jordan Love burns them, but I think for at least the first quarter of the season, maybe even the first half of the season, that's probably what you're going to see.
David Montgomery could be a little better with the Lions this year,
I agree
but
with
that just has to do with the fact that the Lions had a really good rushing year last year. They were a great offense.
Yeah, for sure.
So that might not be bad when he used to be on the Bears, moved over to the Lions. The NFC South comes in 6th. You have Alvin Kamara, Miles Sanders, Bijan Robinson, and Rashid White. Kamara's good. He's just aging a little bit.
Yeah.
And now he's got to fight Jamal Williams for some running back time. And Jamal did really well last year with the Lions. Mm-hmm. So he could be seeing his time cut back maybe a little bit. this one is actually a division I thought might be a little lower, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But Sanders isn't bad. He's pretty decent.
Well, he's coming off a really good rushing year, career high of 1,269 rushing yards. So, hey, 1,000-yard back. That's
part of the reason why the Eagles were so successful last year was the fact that they had tons of weapons.
Yeah,
right?
they did.
And one of them was Sanders. He really found himself to be a decent running weapon, but they had two other guys who were also really good rushers. So he ends up with Carolina. So let's look at number 5, the NFC East.
More of of names that you would recognize: Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard with the Cowboys, not Ezekiel Elliott, Brian Robinson with the Commanders, and DeAndre Swift.
Honestly,
with your Eagles.
How is this not a top 3?
Well, we'll have to get to the top 4 and see why. I mean, hey, Saquon, he's been in the news a lot lately. He had a good season last year.
But so did Tony Pollard.
Exactly.
So did DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
Swift had a shortened season, but yeah.
Yeah, but Barkley's been a little bit of an underachiever to me as well. I mean, he bounced back last year, but we'll see what he does with this new contract and just the way that running backs are being treated, how all these guys do. I mean, there could be a time where these running backs talk to their players' organization, their union, and say, you know what, we're walking. I mean, because they really are being dissed. There's no question about it. And the fact that they're the second lowest paid position on the team other than punters and kickers, when it comes to the oh my gosh, when they sign him to one, just a brain fart.
What are you talking about?
When they sign him to that, when they sign the player to a 1-year deal,
just just the short 1-year
contract.
What
we've been talking about the whole time with Saquon, they've been given the tag.
I was gonna say the franchise tag.
The franchise tag. Thank you. Oh my gosh,
I didn't know if you're talking like an extension or what. Franchise tags, yes.
When it comes to those franchise tags, they're the second lowest paid position on the field.
Yeah.
Punters and kickers are the only ones that are less. So,
which for one of the toughest positions.
Yeah. And one of the most important positions.
And one of the most important positions.
So I could see a time where these running backs are going to be like, you know what, we're going to take a break. I don't know. I don't think that'll happen, but I'll tell you what, they are getting dissed.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Number 4, AFC North. That's a pretty good group.
This is a good group right here. Yes.
Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris, J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, that's a good group right there for sure.
Najee had a down year last year. Joe Mixon's great.
Well,
Nick Chubb is great.
Najee's still learning though too.
Sure.
I mean, was he? That was a rookie year last year, right?
No,
year?
It was his
second
sophomore year.
Sophomore year.
Yeah, I think so. I had him on my fantasy team, and it was okay. It was
Yeah.
okay. J.K. Dobbins though again was pretty good. He had 5.9 per
yards
carry,
per carry,
which is really quite well. It's just he didn't get a lot of carries.
Mm-hmm.
So if he gets a few more, then by all means he could be a top RB in the league.
Yeah,
potentially.
Yeah, for sure.
NFC West, Christian McCaffrey, who's one of the top dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Kenneth Walker, the third with the Seahawks, James Conner, and Cam Akers.
I kind of take that AFC group over that group.
That's what I'm saying. That in it, as much
Nick
as
Chubb,
I love
Joe Mixon, Najee Harris, and J.K. Dobbins, I think
as much as I like McCaffrey, I think that whole group is better in Group 4 than Group 3.
Yeah, as far as a group, I agree.
And maybe even Group 5 with Tony Pollard, Saquon, DeAndre Swift. That's a good group still.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is one I might disagree with a little bit. I like them. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if I would choose all of those guys. Number 2 is the AFC West. Austin Eckler. This is a good group.
No, very good group.
Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Javonte Williams, Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 of those. Josh Jacobs, arguably the best running back in the league, arguably.
Top 3 from
Austin
last
Eckler,
year.
fantastic. 3 down back. He can, rush the ball. He can catch the ball. Isaiah Pacheco, just one of those weapons that Mahomes leans on sometimes. Javonte Williams, I haven't watched a lot of him, but yeah,
Well,
that's a good group, though.
He had torn ACL, and so.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he only had 4 games last year.
Okay.
And coming off that, there's just not a lot to go off of from last year. So
Mm-hmm.
that is a little bit of a question mark as far as that side of it goes. So the number 1 group here, the AFC South, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Travis Etienne, and Dameon Pierce. I'm a little surprised that they're number 1. They do have 2 running backs here that are top 5 running backs, to be fair.
Yeah, but doesn't the AFC West as well with Jacobs and Eckler?
In a way, yes. It's yeah. I
mean,
I
Derrick
feel like
Henry's
there's
a
arguments
beast.
to be made.
This was definitely a tougher list than the wide receivers and the quarterbacks.
Yeah, because there are some really good backs.
And then there's some backs that you're like, who?
Oh yeah,
You know what
there
I
always
mean?
are. There always are.
Yeah, this was a tougher list for sure for me, anyways.
Yeah,
Because I like that AFC West group and the NFC. Was it the NFC East?
yes. The NFC East has like Tony Pollard and DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost like them, and they were sixth.
Saquon.
They
They
were
were
fifth.
fifth.
They were fifth.
Yeah, bottom half.
So
That's a good group.
But again, splitting hairs. This was a tougher list than the wide receivers and the quarterbacks. I think
I think so too.
it's way more balanced.
Yes.
Like
Way
it
more.
seems like each division has 2 really good running backs, and then the other 2 are who? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like almost every single one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, I agree. All right, let's take a break. Hey, when we come back, Mark's chugging chocolate milk.
Chugging Chocolate Milk. Go to YouTube right now and look up the Fan Sports Network. You can watch me.
Yep, Fan Sports Network on YouTube. We're live streaming. Just click on the current live stream, and let's see how Mark does. Chugging some milk when we come back. Hey, it's Caden Formaster.
And Mark Musgrave, the voice you know with the Fan Sports Network.
Check out our local sports radio show From the Bleachers live every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m.
Listen to us on the radio on 99.5 or 95.3 FM.
You can also listen through the Fan Sports Network app or watch the show live on the Fan Sports Network YouTube page.
The Fan Sports Network is your home of Utah Tech Trailblazers, high school sports, and the pros.
The Fan Sports Network, Southern Utah's home for local sports.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Media is everywhere. It's a part of our daily life, our routine, not just for entertainment, but to stay informed. Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, we believe in delivering free, fast, and accurate local news, entertainment, and information to all of Southern Utah through our entertaining on-air personalities and music, compelling local shows, and community events like the City of St. George 4th of July celebration and charitable events like Coney Corns for Kids. From our entire team of dedicated designers, videographers, salespeople, digital marketers, writers, and on-air talent, thank you for letting us be a part of your daily life. Canyon Media, here for you.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Welcome back in, everybody. It's from the Bleachers here on the Fan Sports Network. Caden Formaster, the Chocolate Milk King.
Well, we'll see.
Mark Musgrave.
The voice you know.
All right, Mark. So over on our YouTube right now, we're live over there broadcasting the show from the studio. If you head on over to our YouTube right now, we're going to see if Mark can chug an entire thing of chocolate milk.
This is... you can see that also, too, I have changed into another station T-shirt. I'm going to give a little love to Coney as I get ready to do this, just in case I spilled or something. I didn't want it to get on my nice golf shirt.
Oh, okay.
Now,
and you've already spilled chocolate on yourself once today.
Yes, I have, actually. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
So here we go. We've got True Moo. Okay.
Yep.
This is Moo and Improved.
Oh, it's not new and improved. Moo and improved.
Moo and Improved. Okay, so I seriously don't know how well I'm going to do with this.
All right.
I have never done this. Okay. This is a full 1 quart
All right, one
of
quart.
chocolate milk, and I'm going to try to drink it in one. Should I say setting or just one?
Yeah, you're not no coming up for breath. All right, Mark.
This is for National Chocolate Milk Day.
National Chocolate Milk Day.
Are you recording?
We're recording. I'm getting you on the big screen.
Wonder how long it'll take me.
Should I time it? Let me get my timer out on my phone real quick.
Let's get a timer.
Let me get my timer out. See how long it takes. Stopwatch.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. And we're off. Mark is chugging the quart of chocolate milk. So far, so good. He hasn't come up for air yet. He's only about halfway there. Let's see how long he can keep going. He's at 12 seconds. He is still going. Eyes are bulging. He's getting tired. Can he make it? He's almost there. The guy has no quit, and he did it in 23 seconds.
Oh, my gosh. I did it, dude.
Oh, he did it.
I didn't know if I could do it or not. I seriously did not know I could do it or not.
How do you feel?
I tell you what, it would have been a little easier if I'd have pulled it out of the fridge a little earlier.
It's a little cold?
It was cold. But
oh, man, I wish I had instant replay of that.
23 seconds for a quart of chocolate milk. Again, I have no idea if that's good or not. What is your take? Is that pretty good?
I think it's pretty solid. Should we make this a new challenge? Throw it on TikTok? DJ says, good job, Mark. Thank you, DJ.
Man.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's a lot of chocolate milk.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a lot of chocolate milk.
Yeah, thanks, DJ. Appreciate you. Hey, DJ, I don't know if you were listening or watching earlier, but if you do that and you film it and put it on our social media, we'll give you some free car washes.
There you go.
So, from Fabulous Freddy's.
Fabulous Freddy's.
Love that place.
Yeah, pays to watch this on YouTube. You tired?
A little bit.
A little bit of a workout?
A little bit. I'm sweating a little bit. I got the chocolate milk sweats.
That sounds disgusting. That is nasty.
Oh,
I don't want to know about your chocolate milk sweats.
Oh, jeez. That's a great way to lead into the weekend. That's for sure.
Oh, man. Hey, it is Friday. I kind of forgot that it's Friday, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. Fun weekend, and now going into it with some chocolate milk. Any big plans for the weekend?
No, but no, not really. You know, we were going to go up and watch Landon play some baseball up north. He's playing in the it's called the Gates World Series. Okay.
Okay.
So this is who it has. Oh, did you just hear me belch on the radio? Did you hear me?
This is quiet.
Okay.
It was quiet.
That was weird. So this is who it has. I took a picture of who is involved in this. Hold on a second. Where'd it go?
Now he's got to go searching through the phone. He's all stuffed
my
up with
goodness.
chocolate milk.
I really am, dude. But anyways, there's a lot of teams. Gosh dang it. Where did I put this at? This is horrible radio, by the way.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
An old guy in his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't save it in a good spot. But anyways, we were going to go watch him. It's called the Gates World Series, and there's like 8 teams involved. They're going to play at Slick. They're going to play at Gates Field, hence the name.
Uh-huh.
All up in the Wasatch Front area, Salt Lake area. So we were going to go watch him, but we're going to go up and watch him. He's going to play in Price next week, so we're going to go up there and watch him. So we're going to just kind of chill out this weekend. Maybe go see Oppenheimer. Have you seen that?
No, I have not. Now, which team is he a part of?
He is part of the Carbon Yaks.
Okay, so you have, well, I would get to it. We got to go to a break. So, yeah, get out of here. All right, have a good one. See ya.